Ande Emilio for ES News. We're here with Carl Frampton. I want to know everything that's going on with Carl Frampton. I don't get to see you too much on this side. Once upon a time, you had done a couple PBC fights. You were in New York. Me and you spoke briefly. What's going on? What's new with you? What's going on?
I've got a new deal with Top Rank and ESPN, so I think next few fights are going to be based in the States anyway. I'm hoping to fight in August, East Coast somewhere. Hopefully fight Oscar Valdez, has been mentioned before the end of the year as well. And yeah, that's where we are at the moment.
Still 126?
126, not 126 right now, but yeah, that's the way I'm going to do 126. Yeah, I can make 126 comfortably.
I feel like a lot of 126 prospects are gunning for you too. I was talking to Little B-Hop, Chris Colbert. I mean, I've heard Shakur Stevenson had mentioned you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all these guys? Like, do you think
good.
Maybe they've seen a chink in the armor?
Of course, I think to see, Frampton was once. They're looking at it. Frampton was once a good fighter, and maybe he's on the slide. But listen, I'll fight. I'm happy to fight anyone. I want to be involved in big fights, and if it's a big fight, then I'm happy to take it.
So, after the Warrington fight, people probably had your stock falling a little bit. Where do you see yourself? What big fights do you want? Gary Russell?
Yeah, all of them. Valdez,
Leo Santa Cruz
for a trilogy would make sense. Valdez is the easiest one to make because we're both at Top Rank. So, yeah, that's probably my number one at the minute, just because of the simplicity to make it. But I let my team blast away and work away. I realise that at this stage of my career, I haven't got a long time left, but I still believe I can win a world title, so that's why I'm doing it.
Does that put a chip on your shoulder that people see you in a different light now?
Nah, it doesn't. No? Everyone has their opinions, and you can't really pay too much attention to it. Their opinions don't matter, whether it's good or bad. Negative criticism or positive criticism. It doesn't really matter. No one's opinion matters about what you do on the night, and I genuinely believe I've still a world title in it.
Okay, 126 is pretty stacked, but right there is 130. That's also pretty stacked. Do you have any future plans for 130? Is it
potentially? But I feel like I make 126 comfortably enough that I may be giving a little bit away going to 130. But who knows? In the future, I've talked about it before. If we get the right guy at 130, then I'd be happy to move up.
All right. So, out of all of those, is there one? I mean, I know Valdez is, like you said, the top-ranked guy, but I just saw something that Shakur Stevenson was his number one, mandatory for his belt or whatever. If he's not available, what's the next best thing for Carl Frampton?
Who knows? I'll let my team decide, but world title fights, that's what I want. Whoever the champions are, I'm happy to fight them all.
What do you think about these fights on this card right here?
I think it's a quality build.
Yeah.
From top to bottom, some good fights. It'll be my first time seeing AJ live. I've seen him in the Olympics, but I've never seen him as a pro. So yeah, I'm excited about the bill. I'm over here with Tommy Coyle, who's fighting Chris Algieri as well.
Yeah.
I think you'll probably get decent odds on Tommy to win that fight against Algieri, but I'm backing Tommy. I believe that.
Ooh,
it'll be a good fight, but I think that Algieri's style will suit Tommy. I think he's maybe a little bit too big for the weight, Algieri, and making his weight will hurt him a bit. Tommy will get him down the stretch.
So you think Chris belongs more at 147?
Yeah, I think he's 147. He's massive.
Yeah. He's a big 140.
Yeah, and you look at him, and I follow him on Instagram. He's a great guy, and he's always talking about nutrition, and he's very clever. He knows what he's talking about. But I feel like this weight suits Tommy more.
So let me ask you, obviously the big one everybody wants to see is Wilder Joshua.
Yeah.
Break that down for me. I mean,
well, it's one of these fights. I think it's whoever lands first, really.
Okay.
I don't see it going the distance. At this point in time, Wilder he's very unorthodox, serious puncher. Josh is a bit more upright, straightforward, but again a serious puncher. It's a difficult one to call. If you have to push me into it, I would say AJ.
Okay. Can you envision it though? Can you even see it? Yeah,
of course, I think it'll happen. It has to happen. It's like AJ, Wilder, Fury. Them three guys have to fight each other.
Who's the number one for you, since you mentioned Fury?
The number one for me right now, simply because he has the belts, is AJ.
Okay.
AJ is the unified champion, so he has to be the number one. Fury is obviously a quality fighter. He beat Klitschko before AJ did, but you want to talk about number one, it's the guy with the most belts, and that's AJ.
Did you have an opinion on the Wilder Fury, or how did you see that fight?
Fury won that fight.
Oh, okay.
Fury won the fight. I think he won it pretty comfortably, although there were 2 knockdowns in it. But I think that he won the fight. And Fury gives anyone problems just with his movement. Not the biggest punching heavyweight in the world, but he moves so well, and they all kind of have they'll give each other problems. Obviously Wilder is unorthodox and he can punch hard. AJ's an amazing athlete, a little bit more straightforward, but again a massive puncher. Fury has the movement that none of the other 2 have, but not as big a puncher. So it'll be interesting to see these fights unfold and to see what happens.
Josh Kelly's here. He's one of those guys that's like rising through the ranks, like boxing people really know about him. I mean, as far as future world title fights go, who would you like to see him get matched up with?
Josh Kelly's a quality fighter.
Real slickster.
Yeah, he's slick. I enjoy watching him. Sometimes he gets a little bit flash, in my opinion, and I think he can maybe go about being a bit more ruthless and taking people out rather than trying to look the part. But he's with Adam Booth, who I think manages and trains him. Adam's been in this sport a long time. He'll know what to do, and you get the right opponents for him.
Yeah. So, do you think, is there any style matchup out there for him at his weight class that you think will suit him best?
I don't know, to be honest. I think Josh has got the style that will give anyone problems.
Okay.
You stay away from guys like Terence Crawford and Earl Spence and these sort of guys first. But Josh is a good fighter, and he can really fight. I reckon he'll be a world champion.
Speaking of which, you just mentioned the 2, like the second, maybe the biggest super fight out there that people talk about and fantasize about. Break that down for me very quickly.
It's a quality fight, a hard one to call. I like both fighters. Don't know. It's a difficult one to call. Maybe ask me if that fight gets made, but I'm split right down the middle at this point in time.
Damn, even being a top ranked guy, you don't go.
Listen, I just have to be honest, don't you?
No, I know.
I think Crawford could win the fight.
Okay.
I also think that Earl Spence could win the fight, but that is a fight that excites me more than any other fight in boxing right now.
You don't think Spence have you had a chance to meet them in real life?
I met both guys, yeah.
Okay. Have you sized them up a little bit? Like, got to see like how big they were next to each other?
Oh, they're big guys. Both of them. Crawford's a big guy too. He's not the smallest welterweight in the world. Obviously, Spence is big, very big, but it'll be an interesting fight when it gets made.
Carl, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
Yes.